Well, after we find it, I don't think we've ever even thought about what we would do after we found it. That's been the whole focus of the organization, is to find it, and the evidence down here is so small and so slight that I don't think, at least I've never thought about what happens after we find it, because it's possible that we won't find it, and that those scholars and geologists, archaeologists, and there's a respectable group of those who think it's already been lost to erosion. And it's a very real possibility. So personally, I've never gone that far. What do we do after we find it? But there are other sites related to the Raleigh settlements here off the island that are worthy of pursuit ultimately, if in fact the worst case is reality and it's all been lost. But that's what was said about Jamestown for more than a century or so. So we're hoping that the same circumstances apply here.
Anything else that you wanted to add before we go into the pit?
No.
Pit for money, something we can add to?
Well, no, I don't think so. I don't have anything profound to say about this project. I mean, I never thought we wouldn't find anything. So that was a disappointment, just to not find a single 16th century European artifact. But it is what it is, so we'll just move forward from this. All right. Well, it was. I guess the question was how much. Yeah.
If we're here, we can get in, I think, fairly tight. We'll set up the camera. We'll take a look.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't take me that long to pull this stuff back to this end.
How much do you need to show? I mean, I think that you've got a good area there, and maybe just another foot or two. I think we're good.
I mean, part of the significance of this is its relation to the dune.
Okay. So now you're going to show us.
Right. This is the 1 by 7 meter trench that we excavated perpendicular from our original transect of 1.5 meter squares, and it runs up to the base of the dune ridge. And the stratigraphy here is wonderfully preserved. What we got, according to our geological consultants, because I'm not a geologist, but beneath the humus and root mat, a recent sand deposit. This lighter sand is part of the dune ridge that was built up. And it sits on this black sand, which is an old topsoil level. The sand dune actually prevents the degrading of the organic material in it, which is represented by this lower light gray silver sand. It's actually the same as this black sand, but it's been leached, or it represents a leached area of this black sand. And this black sand layer is the layer from which we recovered in this trench about 15 sherds of Native American pottery, shell-tempered pottery that would have been made by the North Carolina Indians at the time of the Roanoke settlements. Beneath the light gray silver is this very rich brown level that's full of ferrous concretions, which are naturally occurring around old root systems. And the goal then is to tie these layers into the stratigraphy that was found in the 1990s at the Science Center, and also the stratigraphy in the Harriet Woods at the level where 16th century European artifacts were found. But the sand dune prevents the degrading of the organics in this layer, which is why it's so black at this end of the trench, at the base of the dune, and as we come further in and it gets out of the overlying dune, the black becomes more gray until it's almost the same color as the leach layer, and that's because this old topsoil layer is no longer has the sand dune obstructing the natural processes of the leaching of the organics and minerals. So it's occurring more rapidly here, and back here underneath the dune itself, it's much more well preserved. So this does tell us something about the topography of Roanoke Island in the 16th century, something about the Native American settlement and use of the north end of the island, and again, our research after the completion of this project is to connect the dots between these soil levels and the ones that were found in the 1990s.
How far are we from the water?
Well, just over the top of the sand dune is the bluff that's in the beach below it. So from high water, this is probably 60 feet or so. But again, the land in the 16th century was further out in the water. And the amount of erosion that has taken place since the 1580s is a matter of some debate among geologists. But clearly there was significant land loss between then and now.